Hello, and welcome to Deep Sleep Stories. Tonight, you are invited to drift into a gentle slumber as you explore a tranquil realm of stardust trails beneath the vast Mojave sky. In this moment, let your mind settle and your body grow heavy. Let the day's energies fade and slip away, replaced by the soft glow of anticipation for a soothing, dreamy adventure. Imagine the desert lying before you, warm and endless, its sands tinted golden by the last rays of a fading sun. Soon, you will embark on a peaceful journey across this quiet landscape, guided by the subtle shimmer of starlight above. Take a slow, cleansing breath in, and let it out with an easy sigh, noticing how the muscles in your face, neck, and shoulders begin to release their tension. Feel the weight of your limbs sink deeper into the surface beneath you. Allow each breath to carry you further away from the chatter of your thoughts, drawing you into the promise of deep rest. As you listen, know that this is your invitation to unwind, to find solace in the gentle hush of the desert night, and to let your mind meander through sandy paths beneath a starlit sky. Now, picture the Mojave Desert under the twilight glow. The air is cool, wrapped in the delicate scent of sagebrush and creosote bushes. Fine grains of sand shift quietly in a barely perceptible breeze. It's a realm set apart from time, where sky and earth meet in hushed agreement. No hurry, no burden, just the calming chorus of wind through sparse plants. In the distance, slight contours of purple mountains line the horizon, their silhouettes softening as dusk slowly yields to night. Under this gentle curtain of darkness, you will be guided along a path that sparkles with celestial dust, a place where the quiet of the desert merges with the boundless expanse of the stars above. Let your breathing remain easy and unforced, so each sip of air soothes your body and mind further. And now, as you sink more deeply into comfort, the story drifts into your awareness like a gentle lullaby. As night took gentle hold of the Mojave, a solitary traveler named Avery made camp at the edge of a rugged outcropping. The day had been kind, warm, bright, and filled with the constant hush of desert winds weaving through sun-bleached grasses. When the sun slipped behind the horizon, Avery felt a subtle shift in the air, the desert temperature dipping into a serene coolness that caressed the skin like a feather. Beyond a ring of weather-worn rocks, the traveler unrolled a soft blanket, carefully smoothing it over the sandy ground. Nearby, a small lantern cast a buttery glow that barely held the darkness at bay. Avery welcomed the night's embrace, content to trust in the stillness the desert offered. Above, the sky unveiled itself slowly, pinpricks of light rising in silent procession. The moon, a pale crescent, served as a watchful companion, though it didn't disturb the potency of the stars. The Mojave air was crisp, so transparent that countless celestial bodies revealed themselves. Avery leaned back against a rock shaped by centuries of wind erosion, letting the sky's vast tapestry fill every corner of sight. There, in the hush of this sandy wilderness, Avery felt a calm so profound it seemed to meld with the heartbeat of the land. The traveller had journeyed here with a simple purpose: to find that quiet sense of wonder that emerges when the world's demands are left behind. Daylight's final glow had guided Avery's steps to a spot just sheltered enough to rest. The desert had welcomed this visitor with a lullaby of rustling grasses and the distant call of a lone coyote. In that lonely cry, Avery sensed the essence of the Mojave, an expanse of peaceful solitude and unspoken secrets. As the last traces of fiery orange drained from the horizon, an infinite dome of gentle midnight blue settled overhead. Calm stretched in every direction, and time took on the mellow rhythm of nature's own breath. A soft hush lay over the desert plain, broken only by the subtle whisk of a breeze skimming across scattered stones. At the traveller's feet, the sand seemed to shimmer under the growing starlight, as if reflecting the heavens above. The desert plants, tufts of creosote, low clusters of brittlebush, stood silent as sentinels, their spindly branches bearing witness to the quiet wonders of the night. The colour of the sand shifted from pale gold to muted silver, adopting the sky's reflective glow. With each passing moment, the desert's infinite silence seemed to expand, inviting the mind to slow, the heart to ease. Avery sighed, an unhurried exhalation that signaled the release of lingering tension. Overhead, the Milky Way stretched like a sweeping river of light, its gentle glow washing over the desert below. The hush of starlight encouraged a sense of restful awe. As the traveller rested against the smooth surface of a weathered rock, the faint glimmer of stardust appeared to drift across the sky, a silent cascade that evoked a childlike amazement. In that moment, Avery felt utterly at home, a tiny yet cherished part of the desert's quiet magic. In the distance, a gentle ridge of mountains rose, their shapes softened by the dim glow of night. Through the hush, the desert breathed with measured assurance. No hurry, no noise, only the calm presence of nature's patient watch. The sky held so many stars that one might believe they were close enough to touch. Every constellation seemed clear and sharply defined, the outlines of mythic figures etched in glimmering lines of light. Soon, Avery rose, guided by a subtle urge to explore. The traveller's footsteps pressed into the soft sand with a muffled crunch. Ahead, an unmarked path stretched toward the horizon. It was illuminated in patches by starlight and faint moonbeams that ventured through shifting wisps of cloud. In this gentle exploration, Avery carried no burdens, only curiosity and a willingness to be guided by the desert's own quiet wisdom. Each step seemed to lead toward a profound quiet, and though the traveller moved deeper into the nighttime landscape, there was no sense of urgency. Like the cosmos overhead, time here was vast and patient. The desert floor underfoot was peppered with small stones, smoothed by centuries of wind and drifting sand. Their surfaces glinted when the starlight caught them just right, giving the impression of tiny celestial orbs scattered across the ground. Occasionally, Avery would pause to examine them, pressing a hand gently to the earth to feel the subtle warmth still lingering from the day's sun. An almost imperceptible hum rose from below, as though the land itself vibrated with the memory of distant winds and ancient tides. Gently, the breeze carried the scent of desert sage, a quiet reminder of the Mojave's hidden life. Pale cacti dotted the horizon, their silhouettes standing tall and resolute in the face of time. A desert hare emerged briefly in Avery's peripheral vision, its ears tall and alert before it bounded away into the darkness, leaving no trace. Here, every living creature moved with deliberate grace, cautious yet unhurried. The traveler paused, feeling the hush that enveloped every living thing, aware of how intricately balanced this ecosystem was beneath the cosmic display above. Across the sky, clusters of stars glittered like diamond dust. Some twinkled softly, while others shone bright and steady. The cosmic tapestry formed a sense of boundless possibility, as if each mote of light held within it a lullaby of ages past. Underneath this star-speckled canopy, Avery walked in measured steps, the soft crunch of sand echoing faintly into the quiet. In the presence of such immensity, human concerns seemed both small and tender, like a whispered thought between heartbeats. In time, Avery came upon an ancient Joshua tree, its spiky arms raised toward the heavens. The trunk was gnarled, marked by rings that spoke to decades, even centuries, of silent endurance under desert suns. Something about the tree called for a moment of reflection. The traveler stopped, placing a palm gently against the trunk's rough surface, feeling its strong presence. This tree had likely witnessed countless moons rising over the desert hills, just as it now saw another soul taking solace in the serenity of night. Beneath its spiky crown, Avery felt shielded from the rest of the world, as though stepping into the realm of a wise guardian. Beyond the Joshua tree, the land opened into a gentle slope of small dunes, each crest shaped by the shifting winds. These rolling dunes glimmered in the moon's faint light, their textures resembling ripples on a quiet lake. Avery took a moment to enjoy the view, letting the rhythm of starlit dunes soothe the mind. The calmness of the scene provided a reminder of nature's capacity to shape and reshape, never in haste, always in harmony with its surroundings. With each inhale, the desert's quiet seemed to resonate in the traveler's very bones, beckoning for deeper calm. A subtle glow on the path ahead drew Avery's attention, a luminescence that seemed to pulse ever so slightly. As the traveler drew nearer, the glow revealed itself as a patch of pale, quartz-rich sand. The tiny quartz grains captured starlight and reflected it with a gentle shimmer akin to a dusting of cosmic light. Entranced by this natural phenomenon, Avery paused to run a hand through the sparkling sand, feeling its fine grains flow like water between the fingers. The sand's glow felt like a gift from the desert, an affirmation of the magic present in even the smallest details. Overhead, a meteor streaked across the sky in a graceful arc, dissolving into a silver trail before vanishing altogether. Avery watched this fleeting moment of wonder with a gentle smile. The desert seemed to reward patient watchers with sudden bursts of cosmic splendor, as if encouraging the quiet observer to remain open to small miracles. The hush that followed felt even deeper, echoing with the memory of that meteor's bright passage. Here, in the Mojave at night, the line between earth and sky felt thin, and the realms of the mundane and the celestial seemed intricately interwoven. Farther along the path, delicate desert flowers revealed themselves in the moon's light. Tiny blossoms of white and pale yellow, huddled close to the sandy ground for protection. The breeze caused their petals to sway gently, casting faint shadows that danced in the starglow. These modest blooms were a testament to the desert's resilience, flourishing in conditions that might seem harsh during the day, but offered such peace at night. Avery felt a soft kinship with these flowers, sensing the shared yearning for gentle calm and quiet renewal. As the hours advanced, the moon drifted higher, unveiling the dunes and craggy outcrops in a subtle, silvery glow. Shadows lengthened and softened. Every rock and slope gained a gentle gradient of light, a silent panorama in silver and grey. Avery found a place to rest on a smooth rock that rose gently from the sand. The traveller sat in stillness, letting the hush of the desert night seep into every thought and feeling. In the dark expanse, the hush of the wind was accompanied by the faint rustle of creatures stirring, each sound merging into an unhurried lullaby. A lone cactus wren, roused by the subtle starlight, let out a brief series of chirps before settling into silence again. Even the call of a bird here was subdued, as if respectful of the night's fragile calm. Avery's eyes drifted across the land, taking in each detail from the tall silhouettes of cacti to the distant line of mountains cradling the desert floor. Everything felt timeless, stretched out under a sky that had seen countless nights like this one. There was a quiet grandeur in accepting one's small place in the tapestry of earth and sky. Eventually, feeling a gentle call to move onward, Avery rose. The traveller's steps followed an unhurried direction, guided not by roads or maps, but by intuition and the subtle glint of starlight bouncing off pale stones. Each footstep in the sand produced a soft crunch that melded into the background of the desert's nocturnal serenade. The path led to a place where scattered boulders formed a natural circle, as though fashioned by some ancient hand. This stone circle embraced a clearing, and a sense of peace seemed to resonate from its center. Drawn by the circle's quiet invitation, Avery entered its center and found a comfortable spot to sit. The desert air here seemed even stiller, as if the circle of stones created a gentle sanctuary within the vast openness. Overhead, the constellations sparkled in their silent patterns, and the faint glow of the moon cast subtle shapes upon the sand. In that tranquil space, Avery allowed the mind to drift, gently releasing thoughts into the starlit sky. Any worries or lingering cares dissolved in the warm desert breeze, evaporating like a shallow pond under a midday sun. Minutes passed, or maybe hours, Time was unimportant here. The traveller remained in a state of restful observation, letting the subtle magic of the Mojave take over. The hush was complete, and within it, the gentle rhythm of a heart beating in unison with the land. Eventually, Avery lay back, gazing up at the Milky Way, arching across the sky in a stream of soft luminescence. It felt almost as though a bridge existed between the stones on the ground and the glittering expanse overhead, bridging the mortal and the infinite in a hush of cosmic harmony. A peculiar, soft glow lingered in the outer edge of Avery's vision. Turning to look, the traveller beheld a soft tail of starlight drifting through the sky, possibly the dust left behind by a comet's trail in ages gone. It moved like a wandering spirit, shining gently, as if beckoning dreamers and wanderers to follow its path. The Mojave, in response, unveiled its own hidden splendor, a gentle rustle of wind passing through clusters of desert shrubs, carrying the faint melody of time's patient lullaby. Avery's eyelids grew heavy under the soothing blanket of stillness. Yet, the traveller also felt a pleasant, quiet energy, a closeness to the earth beneath. Folding arms behind the head, Avery surrendered to the moment, letting each breath align with the slow, steady pulses of the night. The Stardust trail overhead seemed to blossom and fade in patterns barely perceptible, but mesmerizing all the same, as though telling a tale written in the language of light. It was a story of eons and silent cosmic births, a gentle reminder that everything belongs in the vastness of time and space. The air around Avery became an extension of that star-laden hush, softly caressing skin and mind with each passing moment. Even the occasional flutter of a moth, or the rustle of a small desert animal, seemed to enhance the sense of harmony. The desert, though often portrayed as an unforgiving place, revealed its gentle side at night, offering a safe haven for weary travellers of heart and spirit. And here, in this circle of stone, under starlight that reached across millennia, Avery felt entirely at peace. In that softly glimmering atmosphere, thoughts turned to the cycles of life that persist in this desert. A seed, buried beneath wind-blown dunes, waits patiently for the rare shower that will encourage it to sprout. Creatures hide in burrows or camouflage against rocks, each adapted to survive the extremes of day and thrive in the peace of night. The traveller marvelled at how time in the desert feels both endless and momentary. A single breath can hold centuries of stillness. Accepting this lull, Avery felt safe, cradled by the open expanse as though the desert itself were a comforting presence. Eventually, a desire to return to the small campsite arose, not out of restlessness, but guided by the gentle pull of that soft blanket and lantern's glow. Standing, Avery noticed how effortless the body felt, as if a burden had been released under the wide desert sky. The walk back carried a sense of calm delight, each footstep a tender conversation with the sand. The starlight illuminated the traveller's path, and soon the glow of the little lantern appeared on the horizon, a reassuring beacon in the softness of night. Back at the campsite, the blanket lay undisturbed, waiting for its occupant. The quiet ring of stones gathered around it had been warmed earlier by the day's sun, and now offered a subtle, comforting heat to the cool desert air. Avery settled onto the blanket, propping a small cushion behind the head. The lantern, its flame low, flickered like a tiny star, reflecting the glory of the sky above. Gazing upward, Avery let out a contented sigh, feeling the gentle hush wrap around mind, body, and soul. A desert fox trotted by at a distance, pausing just long enough to register the visitor's presence. Its bright eyes glowed softly in the lantern light before it disappeared into shadow. Avery smiled, appreciating the brief companionship. Silence reigned anew, but it was a comforting silence, tinged with the living essence of the desert. The dunes, the cacti, the distant call of a nightbird, they all merged into a subdued lullaby, an invitation to sink deeper into the promise of rest. One by one, the stars seemed to fade into a mesmerizing haze, or perhaps it was simply the traveler's eyelids growing heavier. Either way, the entire scene seemed to blend into an exquisite tapestry of calm. The breath slowed, each inhale carrying a deeper sense of ease, each exhale washing away any lingering tension. Thoughts rose and fell like gentle waves, dissolving into the warm aura of the Mojave night. There was no hurry, no goal, only the blissful sensation of surrendering to nature's nurturing rhythm. Now, let the desert's hush guide your own breath. Feel the gentle cradle of the earth beneath you. The starlight twinkles across the sky, singing softly of ages past, as your body grows wonderfully heavy and your mind glides towards sweet oblivion. Each breath is a soothing wave, rising and falling, carrying your thoughts to a place of serene darkness. The breezes become softer, barely a whisper against your skin, as though encouraging you to drift, to rest, to relinquish all remaining concerns. Notice how your muscles have fully released the day's tension, your shoulders gently melting into stillness. The Mojave's night holds you with profound serenity, and with each slow blink, you find yourself sinking deeper into the welcoming embrace of sleep. Your breath is peaceful now, steady and calm, as if guided by the slow dance of stardust floating overhead. Time is no longer pressing, no longer beckoning. You are free to rest in the quiet heart of the desert's lullaby. Let the hush of the desert night carry you into dreams as soft as the dunes under moonlight. In these dreams, the sky remains vast and calm, and the gentle sparkle of stardust continues to illuminate your path. There is no boundary between your heartbeat and the rhythm of the land, no separation between your silent thoughts and the desert breeze. Everything merges in perfect stillness, enveloping you in the calm that precedes dawn. Now, you are ready to surrender completely, to let your breathing become light and easy, to let the soothing desert hush fill every corner of your being. No matter where you rest, let yourself believe that the Mojave's stardust trails drift through your dreams, guiding you gently toward a peaceful dawn. You are safe here, tucked beneath a shimmering sky, resting in the company of ancient winds and silent stones. Feel the desert cradle your tired spirit, easing it into a deep, unbroken slumber. Good night, dear traveller. Sleep well, and let the soft radiance of the Mojave night fill your dreams. When you wake, may you carry the calm of this desert, the hush of these stars, and the warmth of this gentle refuge within your heart. Sleep now, and drift, and dream.